Hello, this is Hui. Welcome to watch my video, Python scripting on Linux. In this short video, we are going to demonstrate another way to parse XML document using the ElementTree XML API. So the ElementTree XML API, this is the ElementTree module implement a simple and efficiency API for parsing and creating XML data. So in this video, we just demonstrate how to parsing. This also a bit for the creating XML data. So here on the Linux, we have just create a simple Python script. So in order to do this, so we try to write a script. The usage is a script name and using one argument, each XML files. So in order to use ElementTree, we have to import the module called XML_tree.elementtree. We just alias name as ET. So here, when we start, if the argument not equal to, it means syntax wrong, so we just exit. And after that, we just create a parcel called et.parse with the system argv1, which is the XML file name, into the tree object. So we parse this et and parse, it will convert XML document into the tree object. So from tree object, we can use the get root to the start with a root. So here in the XM files, so XM document must have a root element. So root element is the top level element. After root, we're going to have the child. We can have many child, and first child and the next child, they are going to the sibling. This is called the first child. This is example. The root tag is node, and the first child of the node is the tool, and this is a tag. This is a text, and this is a tag. This is a text, and from is the sibling of the tool. So each child might have the grandchild. So grandchild might be another grandchild. So the XM document is a tree. It's a tree, we can go forward. So now we got the first, and so each tree and each child has a level. So we start the root is the level 0. So we create a function called print node. We get a level 0, and the node element is the root. So when we go to look at a function, what we create, print node, and this print node we receive a level and the element. So for the level, we just using for the loop, just print a couple of space before. So when we print out, we can clearly see the child and the grandchild and the great grandchild. So this is just a level for how many space we print before we print the element. And for each element, we going have to have the tag. So for the tag, this element, this is the tag, and for the element have text, which is for the XML. This element is a tag. This is a text. For some element might have the attribute, so it's explicit attribute, and for example, this is our example XM document. So this kind of element have attribute. So attribute like this one is ID. This is a tag. This is a text. Tag text. And maybe have this is group have 2 child. This print have 1 child and a grandchild. So this grandchild has a attribute. So let's go back. So if this element attribute the length of element is greater than 0, so we just print a tag text. We put the string strip, means we just strip the space and some character before and after, and we print the attribute element dot. This element attribute, if we look at the going down, so each element we have a tag, and we have also text, and tag is a text, and also the attribute. So attribute is returned back, if the attribute return back as a dictionary, as a Python dictionary. So, and that's all. So after that, we can go into the level +1, and we make a loop to search if this element have a child or not. If this element have child, we go call this function again to reprint their child element. So this is just our printing. So let's just save this program, and let's try to run this. And here is our example XML document. So let's try to run this, and we just go to another terminal to run this. So if we run this, and if I result put it to a called pippo.txt. Okay, so let's see what the result looks like. So this result print this parse this XML document. The root is audio page, so the root is audio page. This audio page, there's no text, but there's attribute. So this attribute is a Python dictionary, and the version 2.0. And after that, the first child is job name. So job name, and the text is a text. There's no attribute. So all this Parse code, this is a pre-prog ID, and there's a text. So there's a tag text, and all the tag text. So come to the group. This is a group. This group have two child. Groups has two child. So this groups has two child. This group and the group, and this group there's no text, but there's attribute. Attribute is ID and the value, ID value. So this is for the print node element. So this is a print element. It has one child, and this is a print tree, and the print tree have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grandchild. So this is one child print tree, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 child. So this is our tree structure after we parse our XML document. So after that, we create our tree, and we create our root. So if we want to search the tag, so we can search our tree tag. So we can use the input to input the tag, and while input is not XX, we make a loop, and we create a function called find node. So we try to see if we can find a node. So the find node function, what we do, we using the element dot find all. See what this find all doing. Find. We have to find the tag function, and myself find using find. This one find the first sub element match the tag. So we put tag, but if we using find all, it's find all the matching supplement match by the tag names. So sometimes one tag may have more nodes, so this one using find all, we can find all of them. So here we just use find all. If we get input tag name, we just find all the target. So starting from the element, and so this find all only find the first level child. They cannot find for the great child or great child. So what we do, if this length of next greater 0, we use for the node of this node list, we find the next level, and we find the print node. If we find, we just print the node. If else, we make a loop to find the level of this next level of this element. So if we find in current level, and we just print them, otherwise we go to find the next level. So continue, we can search all the tree to find the tag which we found. So now let's save this, and let's go back to our terminal. So let's try to run this again, and this is our program. And let's see, we go down. Right now we can find, this is what we found. Right now, if this is the tree we parsed from XML document. So this tree, so if we see the first level tree, right? If we see, okay, job name, we see, so this job name, there's no child, so this is the tag text, there's no attribute. If we find a group, put a group, so we see we have two groups because we use find all. This group node don't have a text, but there's an attribute, and the attribute is ID with value, ID with value. So if we say package, so our package has one child and has 1, 2, 3 grandchild, and our package has attribute. It's called breakdown, and this is the value, and our grandchild called quantity has 76 as text, male, and 1 male page has 5. This is another way we use it to parse our XML document. This ElementTree we can also use for create XML data. So, hello, this is Hui. Thanks to watch my video. Hopefully this is useful, enjoyable, and it's going to be great to have your feedback.